Hey Sarah and the rest of my Passoscope EDU fam. I just want to drop a couple of tips because I know we were talking earlier about how to simulcast using Restream.io and still make it aesthetically pleasing using OBS when we want to bring in additional webcams or different display or window captures to highlight people that we are interviewing, maybe it be Google Hangouts or using Zoom or Google Meet or whatever medium you use to bring other people in. So I'm going to show you how I create these designs to help with that particular aesthetics. Right now I use Canva to do some of the page design backgrounds. This is the free version, and so right now I'm going to use this particular example here. This right here allows me to create a cutout where my webcam will actually go, and also a cutout down here at the bottom to where my information, if I use the ticker, will actually go as well. So right now it's actually on a red. It's going to kind of look kind of funny when we actually put it in, but I'll explain the process as we go, because typically this is black, mainly because the default background on OBS is also black. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take this and I'm going to download it as a transparent, and I'm only going to do this particular page. Now understand that the transparent option though is for the paid version of Canva. So I apologize for that, but there's other ways you can actually download, transparency, or if you're good with Photoshop, you can actually create that in Photoshop or in Illustrator of that nature. The other way you can do it is just by creating a solid background altogether, similar to this one, the one I'm going to use an example as well. Just creating a space where I can have my information and a logo and some phrasing, but also a nice open space where I can actually embed webcam or any other things like a presentation or, once again, guest appearance window. So let me go ahead and jump into OBS, and let me jump over here real quick as well so you can actually see what I'm referring to. Now right now I have that particular blue background that I did in Canva, and forgive the glitching, that's because I'm only using one monitor for this. You can get rid of the glitching by using dual monitors. I already have that set up, and what I've done is I've actually just put in my webcam, right? And I can move it wherever I want, and I can make it float, but I can actually manipulate the design how I want it to look. So this particular look is for when I want to appear here, and this is sort of like Sarah's ISTE video that was done, and my presentation over here on the right. Now the interesting part is when you add a display capture or wind capture, you get everything that's in here. So let me show you how I crop that out to make it look aesthetically pleasing. So I'm going to go ahead and delete it for right now. Alright, so delete that presentation. Okay, and then I'm going to add it one real quick. I'm going to click on plus in the scenes. I'm sorry, in the sources. Click on plus, and I'm going to add it as a window capture. Alright, let's just name it presentation 1, and click OK. Give me my options here, and what I'm looking for, since I have my Peer Deck, which is what that is, in the Chrome browser, I'm going to look for Google Chrome, and there it is, presentation session. I'm going to click on that, and notice I get everything, the toolbar, the URL browser, all my tabs, all that is showing, along with the dock down at the bottom. So I'm going to click OK. And then on a Mac, I'm going to click Command F to make it full screen. I think it's Alt F on the PC. Anyway, whatever it is, you're actually going to now resize it the way that you want it. Simply by dragging the corners. It's actually better if you use the Command button or the Alt button here to keep the size intact and move it however you want it to go. Now notice I still have the URL bar and the toolbar and the dock. So what I'm going to do now is, while it is highlighted here, I'm going to right click on it and click on filters. Notice I have audio filters and I have effect filters. I'm actually going to use an effect here. I'm going to click on the plus sign and choose crop. Alright, sorry about that, that's my daughter, she's arguing with me about Dungeons and Dragons. Alright, so I'm going to name it crop pad, keep it crop pad because that doesn't matter. But here's where I'm actually going to manipulate it. I want the top and the bottoms gone. So the top, I'm going to say, let's try to take 200 off the top, and bam, that works perfectly. The bottom, I'm going to go ahead and take 50 off the bottom, and bam, that works perfectly. Gives me a nice clean look to it without all the extra from the browser window. Click OK, and bam, there I have it. Easy peasy, right? If I want to just shift it around, that's easy to do as well, or I can use my arrow keys to move it up slightly, or move it down slightly, or over slightly. That's how you do it in that manner. But let's go ahead and open up another scene here. And now what I'm going to do is start from scratch by adding the one with the cutout. Now I specifically chose it to do it in red so you can actually see what the cutout actually looks like. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to click on plus, and I'm going to add that image that I just downloaded from Canva. Just name it cutout 1. Click OK. And I'm actually going to look for it on my computer here. Bam, there it is, nice and red, easy to see. Click OK, Command F to make it full screen. And bam, now I have that cutout. That black is the default background from OBS, and that right here, the cutout is for my chat that I'm actually going to have go through. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and add my webcam, and I'm going to do my video capture here. I'm going to use an existing one because I already have on my main screen my webcam already loaded. Click on OK. And you notice it's sitting on top. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring it down beneath. It's just like layers beneath the image. And bam, it's right there in my cutout space. Sweet, 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 sweet. Let's just move this a little bit. Alright, it's in my cutout space. I can resize, oops, click on it. I can resize it how I want, move it where I want. The benefit of doing something like this is if I want to blow it up like I'm actually zooming in, I can do that as well because it's hidden underneath the actual image. The other thing is I can go ahead and add the text. Like I said, the reason why I did the cutout for the text, so the text will actually have a smooth entrance and a smooth exit where it's not taking up the full screen. So let's go ahead and add some text type real quick, and I'll add an existing one again for the sake of time. Got something set up right here, and there it is going up to the top. Now I can actually resize it by dragging the corners to make it bigger. I'm going to do that to fit in that space right there, and then what I'm going to do then is once again bring it underneath. Now I have a clean exit and a clean entrance. Now the reason why I do it in black because the background is black. You can change the background, that's a whole nother video. But now it has a smooth entrance and a smooth exit. Alright, it's not taking up the entire screen. The other reason why I did this particular one, because I also want to show you when you're using Restream.io, let's go with that real quick. You have a chat option. Okay, so if you had clicked on chat up here in the top bar, you can actually get a web link for your chat if you're using a Mac, and the same thing on a PC as well. It just looks a little different. But I'm going to copy this URL that it automatically generates for me, and basically what it's doing is going to combine the chat features from wherever I'm broadcasting. So if I'm broadcasting to Periscope, if I'm broadcasting to YouTube simultaneously, it'll take both functionalities from their chats and add it into one space for you. So let me take that copied URL that I grabbed and go back to my OBS here. And now what I want to do in my sources, I want to add something called a browser source. Click on that browser source. I'm going to name it chat. Click on OK. And you see it automatically gives you the OBS project URL. Just go ahead and get rid of that. Type in the one you want. You're going to resize it. Let's make the width about 600 here and the height about 800. See what this looks like. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. Let's just make this 520. Okay, click on OK. Bam. Now I have a chat window right over here. I can manipulate the colors on here. I'm still working on that piece, and I'll share that with you later on once I have that figured out. But now when people are chatting with me, I don't have to go to both places to look, or I don't have to constantly stare at my phone or my iPad to see when people are chatting in. It'll automatically show up on my screen right here. So if I want to switch that over so the audience can actually see the chat window as well, bam, they have it right there. Cool? Isn't that clever? Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any other questions. Aight.